market really is in high value, very well researched, curated products based on authentic Ayurveda. And that market will grow. Ayurveda hospitals will grow because a good generation of Ayurveda doctors are coming out. They'll set up hospitals across the country, insurance approved. So in 10 years, you're going to see a change. Because one key part I would tell you, today the number of people opening up hospitals is going up systematically. Earlier, you would have only the government facilities. Private sector was not getting into the chain of hospitals kind of thing, right? So as people see, it's like if I tell you there's a pizzeria, right? Earlier I had to go and look for pizzas in 1 or 2 locations. Now it's there in every place. So even a street fellow will know that pizza yahan pe milta hai, right? So availability also relates to awareness and demand. So I think that's what is going to happen. Apart from the products which are available on the street, you're going to get services available on the street, doctors opening clinics, doctor opening nursing homes, hospitals. That will alter the perception of with insurance coverage. One key thing, let me tell you, why I'm very optimistic about what's happening with Ayurveda in the country. If you look over the last 15 years, if you look at data that we have, the predominant age group coming to Ayurveda, Chitra, is in the, can you guess?
30s?
Very right, 25 to 35.
Okay. Amazing, no?
25 to 35. The educated, internet savvy, high purchasing power, the people, they know, they see the parents, they know what they're struggling with, right? People are that, whatever you see in terms of healthy food and buying some, organic stuff or whole foods and multi-grain, all of which incidentally is not in accordance with Ayurveda. The multi-grain stuff and all that, we'll go to that later. But the point is, that movement is also translating to a greater search for gentle medicine, not strong medicine, gentle interventions which treat the root cause, because they see the side effects. I start treating one condition, I create another condition. I start treating that also. That is why you see very nice pill boxes, right? Monday, morning, afternoon, evening. Tuesday, Monday, afternoon, evening, right? People just keep popping in pills. And what do? It just suppresses the symptom. See, it's a very clear point. I'll just give you the way healthcare would go if Ayurveda is not there. In Japan, the longevity is into the 90s, late 80s, 90s, right? Without anything. It is a very healthy society, you would imagine. Look at the data below. Now you will see people in the 60s are now getting the same diseases which the typical middle class or upper class people of India or America are getting. The lifestyles have altered, right? So what Indians get in their 40s or Americans and Indians get in 20s, 30s, Japanese are getting in the 60s. So the quality of life is impaired. I think what Ayurveda affords for the Indian and the global, global individual is a way to remain healthy through life. If Ayurveda is to be restored as a mainstream system of medicine, you need to have chikitsa layas or chikitsa providers to be there, which are insurance approved, right? Because without the payment coming in, the common man in India will not be able to come and take treatment. They will always go to a government allopathy hospital or a private hospital, right? Insurance coverage is there. So we said, unless you have a chain of insurance approved Ayurveda hospitals, Ayurveda cannot become mainstream. But the writing is on the wall. Sooner than later, India will move towards a regulatory system which encourages just that. So there is a huge opportunity for high value Ayurveda care, which is just opening up in a big way now.